You look at this team now, and they are playing defense. Scoring points was never a problem. All right, let's be serious here. Scoring points was never the Knicks' problem. But they couldn't stop people. They weren't committed to it. Outside of Tyson Chandler, nobody else on the damn team cared about playing defense. And Tyson Chandler cannot run around and guard 5 guys at one time. I don't care the fact that he has a 10-foot-long wingspan. He just can't do it. So now you see the commitment on the defensive side of the ball, specifically from Melo, who is their leader. You see performances from that backcourt that was a question mark coming into the year. Some people thought that they could be really good. Other people were like, how can you go with Kidd and Felton over Jeremy Lin? It was a
Kidd and Felton are both better than Jeremy Lin.
But am I right or wrong? It was
Jeremy Lin was half hype, half talent.
All right,
and you're not going to win with half
We're not
talent.
talking. I'm asking you though. Am I right or am I wrong? Was that not a debate when the Knicks made that decision?
If it was debated, I think whoever debated it was an idiot.
Okay, well, that was a debate by a lot of people, whether the Knicks should have kept Lin or let Lin go, should have went after J. Kidd and Felton, or shouldn't have gone after J. Kidd and Felton. It was a debate. Now, you're looking at it right now, so far, this far into the year, it looks like a good choice. And I think the one thing that is a real positive is that the way they're giving the minutes, they're not putting Kidd out there for 30 minutes. They're asking Kidd to go out there and give him 15, 20. Play, maybe come in and be the point in the fourth quarter so they have a little more of a basketball-savvy guy controlling the ball. I look at this Knicks team and I'm more shocked than anything else. I really am. They're 5-0 for the first time since 93-94 when they went 7-0 and then lost in the NBA Finals to the Houston Rockets. So now obviously we're only 5 games into the year. They've only had one real test in the Miami Heat in their first game, which they dominated. Their next real test is this coming Wednesday when they make a road trip down to San Antonio, who is going to be probably arguably the hardest game they've played all year so far. God bless you, sir. So
I don't know why I'm sneezing so much today.
You're allergic to the Knicks' greatness. You're not used to it.
I'm not used to it. 1993-94 is the last time they started a season this well.
Yes.
Now, their next game is going to be a big challenge, though, because they got to go to San Antonio, which I don't necessarily expect them to be 6-0 when they leave there. Because, let's face it, that's a tough place to go and win a game.
Hey, somebody's got to lose, though. I mean, San Antonio has only lost, one game this year? Yeah, they're 7-1. So, I mean, somebody's got to lose. San Antonio's winning by 4 points a game, while the Knicks are winning by 15.6 points a game right now. They're averaging a 15-point margin of victory in their 5 games. That's really impressive. So,
and the big difference is they're playing defense. They've yet to give up 100 points to any team.
And
that includes the 76ers twice. That includes the Heat.
The Heat are the ones that get me more than anybody else, just because of the simple fact that I feel when you look at the Heat, 100 points is not hard for them to get to. But what I want to ask is, what do you think happens to this team when Amari Stoudemire returns?
It's a question on everybody's mind, but I have a hard time believing the team is just going to go down the tubes when you add somebody of his caliber. I think Amari needs, if he can come in with the mindset of I'm going to play good defense, I'm going to rebound the ball, and I'm not going to worry so much about my offensive game, he'll work in this scheme. If he comes in and he needs to have the ball and it disrupts the flow of what they're trying to do, then it's a problem. But I look at it as, I think he wants to win.
Well, I mean, he's at the age that you would hope that.
You know, especially when you play these other teams, like when you play the Heat or when you play teams like, you know, Oklahoma City that have multiple superstars and you see them working together. Makes you think, why can't the Knicks superstars work together? And they can. I like what the Knicks did in the offseason as well, because when Amari comes back, he's not going to be forced to play 40 minutes a game. He can come in and play 30 a game and give up some time to Camby and to Rasheed Wallace as well. You can kind of have like a four-man, big-man rotation with Chandler, Stoudemire, like I said, Camby, and Rasheed. I kind of like that. You can only ask, say, maybe 10, 15 minutes a night out of Camby and Rasheed. The rest you get out of Chandler and Stoudemire. The team could be really successful. I have a hard time believing that adding Amari to what the Knicks are doing now is going to hurt them. Because last year they didn't play the defense they're playing now. If they can get Amari to buy into this defense that they're playing now, the defensive intensity, I think they'll be just fine.
And you know what?
I think it can only make them better.
And see, that's the thing. Me personally, I said this last year, and I still think it's a good idea. But some people may disagree, some may agree. I don't know. I've always felt that with the amount of players this team has, because that's the one thing you can say about this roster, no matter what their record might be or not be. They do have a pretty deep roster. So I've always,
they're a lot deeper this year than they were last year.
But that's what I mean. And I don't think people realize how deep the team actually is. I thought they were pretty damn deep last year. And I agree. They've gotten deeper. I truly do. Like we just said before, you went from 1 point guard to 2 point guards.
Yeah.
That, you know what I'm saying? They've added depth to every position.
And again, you ask for 30 to 35 minutes out of Felton. The rest you try and get out of Kidd.
Yeah.
And you can even play them on the court at the same time. Put Kidd in the shooting guard role and play Felton to give J.R. Smith a break. There are ways to combine this team that they are really talented all around. Steve Novak is still a sharpshooter coming in off the bench. J.R. Smith has been playing, like you even said to me on the ride down, playing just great basketball, putting his personal, I got to just shoot the rock every time I get it, self aside, and playing team ball. I look at this team, and the more I look at it, the deeper I see them. And I don't think other teams around the league realize, they may have added some old guys by adding Kidd and Wallace and Camby, but all three of those guys can still play.
Yeah.
I mean, Rasheed isn't going to play very much, but he can still play when he gets in there.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
And some people don't realize that 10 minutes on a basketball court can make or break a game.
I've always liked Rasheed Wallace. Always. From the time he was, in Detroit to the time when, didn't he play years ago with Portland as well?
Rasheed Wallace?
Yeah. That's really when I started watching, was years and years ago. I mean, like I said, he retired for 2 years before he came back with the Knicks. That's how old he is. But I love his energy. Because when I played basketball, I played a lot like Rasheed Wallace. That I got a lot of technicals. I got in a lot of little altercations. I was that guy. I love his energy. I love his intensity. I love what he brings to the court. Now, he may shoot a few too many threes for my liking, but I really, really like his style of playing, coming off the bench, giving him just that little boost for a few minutes. Really helps energize everybody. I love it.
He's always been a high-energy player. There's no debating that.
And his intensity. I mean, the guy got teed up constantly. But I loved it.
He did.
I loved it, though. That's my kind of basketball.
Yeah.
Get passionate. Get on the floor. Wrestle around with somebody. Throw an elbow.
Throw. Give him a shot if you got to give him a shot. Get the ball. Look,
I got thrown out of a game for dropping an elbow on somebody one time.
Did you?
Swear to God, I was in 8th grade. Kids were running down the court. We're playing in the playoffs. We were the last place team. We're playing the first place team. They're crushing us. Top kid on the team, their team. I just scored a basket. You know, we're running down the court. He runs up alongside of me and he goes, "You suck." And I literally crow hop and dropped him with an elbow. But that was just my style of play. I know that's the way she plays. It energized me. And I've liked Camby since years ago when he played with the Knicks back, when they went to the championship back in 99, 2000 against the Spurs. I mean, that's how far back Kidd, you can't go wrong with a guy like Kidd.
No, I've always liked Jason Kidd. I've always been a huge fan of Jason Kidd. And the funny thing is, when I think of Jason Kidd, I will always think of him as a New Jersey Net. Now, should I? No. But that's how I'll always picture J. Kidd. Came to New Jersey, helped us, helped the New Jersey Nets have an opportunity to get to the NBA championship. And, I just always been a big fan of him. Always have been. So, when you look at the Knicks team, it's simple as this.
And how good is Felton playing?
He's playing lights out so far this year. He really has. I mean, this kid is, he's averaging over 20 a game, I think, right now. I can get his stats up in one sec. Let's see. Raymond Felton right now. He's giving him 32 minutes a game, 14 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal.
I'd
say that's a solid 30 minutes of basketball.
What's Kidd giving you?
Jason Kidd is giving you about 7 to 8 minutes a game. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 22 minutes, almost 23 minutes a game. About 7 to 8 points a game. He's giving you about 2.5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Not bad. I mean, it's a side. Look at it like this. So for combined, they're averaging 44 minutes to 48-minute game. So pretty much the entire game, and between the two guys, you're getting, let's see, 21, 22 points a game. You're getting 5 rebounds a game, almost 6, and you're getting 9 assists. Yeah, I think I'd be pretty happy with that. 21, 9, and 6 a game, plus 3 steals. Yeah, I'd say that'd be cool in my book for a point guard.
Absolutely.
I think I'd take that. That's for damn sure. I mean, even I'm looking at this. You got Melo giving you 37, J.R. Smith giving you 33 a game. I mean, literally the entire roster is averaging some type of time per game. Only 3 guys on the entire roster are averaging under 10 minutes a game. Rasheed Wallace is averaging 10, and then you got Camby at 6. Chris Copeland and James White each at 2 minutes a game. You know what I mean?
It's about where Chris Copeland and James White should be.
If that. They're only getting those minutes just because it's garbage time for the most part. So I guess, when it comes down to this Knicks team, the real one of their next real tests will be Wednesday. Or AKA tonight. They played tonight? In San Antonio? I thought it was Thursday. No. I'm sorry. A little brain fart just now.
I think they play Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. Thank you. I was
going to say, they weren't flying from Orlando to San Antonio and playing tonight.
Ah, thank you. I was like, that just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, they're at San Antonio Thursday, at Memphis on Friday. Memphis will be a pretty decent matchup, too. Zach Randolph.
Yeah, next couple games will be pretty tough.
Actually, you're right. Yeah, at San Antonio, at Memphis, and home against Indiana. And Indiana's playing pretty good basketball right now.
Yeah, 3 teams that are all going to be a test.
And then they get the Jeremy Lin rematch the day after Thanksgiving.
I'd like to see the Knicks go at least 2-1 in the next 3 games. That would really show me something. If they can go
especially
either
with 2
to
road
Memphis,
games.
If they could win either at Memphis or at San Antonio and then come home and beat Indiana, to me that would show me something.
Yeah. And let's be honest, Indiana's no slouch. Indiana's playing pretty decent basketball as well. I understand it. I mean, they have a losing record right now, but Indiana to me is a team that you will have to deal with at the end of the year. No question about it. So, before we hit our next music break, any type of last thought you'd like to throw out there when it comes down to your New York Knickerbockers? I mean, we can touch on them again on Thursday when we got Mike here.
Yeah, we can touch on them again. I mean, I've pretty much said, all I had to say about them as far as, just reaction from last night's game and what I think they're going to be able to do. And hopefully when Amari comes back, he could slide into the role.
Well, he's not due back for what?
Another couple weeks.
Yeah,
at least 4 weeks, I think.
Yeah, I think it's almost
it was 4 to 6
mid-December.
weeks,
Yeah, something like mid-December, right around Christmas time, I think, perhaps. Look, I think this New York Knicks team, if they continue to play defense, last thing I want to throw out about them, they are second in points per game scored and first in points allowed per game.
That's a combination
if that
for
is
winning.
not a winning formula for basketball, I don't know what the hell is. Now, obviously, most people tell you rebounding and that kind of stuff. Look, if you're first in points allowed and second in point, or vice versa, I'm sorry, first in points scored and seconds in point allowed, or vice versa, however it is, I am pretty sure you're going to win a lot more games than you lose.
Yeah.
It's that simple.